Hi, I'm Karen Prosser, and I've worked for 42 years for JSA, and I'll be 69 on my next birthday, and I think it's time to retire. I know it's time because the first JSA student I became acquainted with, Joe Simidian, just celebrated his 60th birthday. So I'm retiring as of June 30th this year. But before I leave, I wanted to share a little bit about the last 42 years. First of all, the importance of great mentors, and I had some really fabulous ones. Richard Prosser, Jack Teeters, Dick Trudeau, Jean Moore, Beth Freeman, Harris Seed, and Melody Robidoux. My hats while at JSA. First, as summer programs director, I helped establish the summer school from 100 students at the first one I directed to over 1,000. Established summer school sessions at Ivy League institutions. I brought in the first major summer school scholarship grant from the Alice Tweed Toohey Foundation that helped us turn summer school into a national program. I helped establish a partnership with the United States Department of the Interior in 1991 with funding for summer school students from 7 insular areas, and over 2,000 territorial students have attended the summer school. I helped launch state and government symposia, which are now called institutes. And they're in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle Olympia, Boise, Cincinnati Columbus, Austin, and Trenton. As a JSA program director, I helped establish the Pacific Northwest JSA, its first conference in 1979. I helped establish the Mid-Atlantic JSA with our first conference at Princeton University in 1984. I helped establish the Texas JSA. Our first fall state was in 1990. I helped establish the Midwest in 1995 in Barrington, Illinois with 1 teacher and 3 students, and then the Ohio River Valley when it split off. And in 2008, I helped establish the Arizona Junior State Territory, which is growing exponentially and is on the verge of statehood. And if I could brag a bit, as JSA Northern California Program Director, I helped JSA Governor Julia Curtis run a fall state convention in San Francisco with over 2,000 delegates. I also had a hat as part-time alumni director, and in that capacity, I brought Montezuma alumni together, alumni from the school where JSA was founded. And they founded a foundation, and in 1988, we launched the Montezuma National Conference for high school students in JSA, younger leaders, and over 1,000 JSA students have attended this annual conference. So I think it's time to brag. Some of the students who went through JSA or went through the summer programs while I was program director, all but 3 of our foundation trustees and a handful of our foundation directors were students of mine. Especially thrilling for me is that CEO Jeff Harris, who's my boss, was one of my summer school students, and I had him picked out from the beginning as a super special and talented leader. Former students of mine are in local school boards, city councils, and boards of supervisors. Many have served and are serving as mayors of cities and towns. You can find my students in colleges and universities across the country, and one is the president of a major university. My students are leaders in the military. One was a key aide to General Petraeus, and together they helped develop the surge strategy in Iraq. The medical field has drawn my students. A former Northern California JSA leader is developing non-invasive surgery. And dozens of my students are working at the highest levels in the financial sectors in New York. Others are innovative leaders in Silicon Valley, and one of my former students was elected in 2012 to Congress. Over the past few decades, former students of mine have served as presidential press secretary and the current director of White House Communications. And JSA alumni of mine are editors at the New York Times and are producers of television news shows. JSA is everywhere and doing everything. And that will be more and more true as more and more of my students move out into the world, and they're making a difference. It's been a great ride, and I'm going to miss JSA. But on September 29th, 2012, my world was turned upside down with the arrival of our one and only grandchild, a baby girl named Elizabeth. I have great plans to spend lots of time with her in the years ahead. So on June 30th, it's adios, au revoir, aloha, arrivederci, goodbye. And if you ever think of me, please remember this. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do.